when it came to working at the white people comedy clubs. So the white comedy clubs would never book me because I wouldn't go through their process. That's why I say I don't encourage nobody to take my route.
What is their process?
I did it the Bar and Grill, Legends, Real Time, Brick House Lounge. I'm going to the black clubs.
Right.
I'm doing black comedy. The white
but
club
isn't that
comedy
normally
route.
what
No,
black
ma'am.
comedians normally do?
That's what black comedians normally did.
Okay.
So just because you black skin don't make you a black comedian. That's why you'll have black comedians that you've never heard of take off because they were mainstream comedians. They worked the white rooms. They went to the white clubs. So when you go to Hyenas or the Improv on open mic night, they'd have a sign-up sheet about 40, 50 names long. No matter what time you showed up, the person there decides where you going.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't fuck with you. They're going to put you on fourth block, which is the last 10 names.
Wow.
So you might get there 7 p.m. to sign up. You ain't going on till 1 in the morning.
Mm.
And I did this week after week, even though I'm the funniest dude in the room. Another thing they would do, the gatekeepers. So while the club is full of people that came to see a comedy show, they going to put their friends up, bombing their ass off. They just couldn't joke their way out of a one-stall bathroom.
Shout out to Black Ron. Shout out to Black Ron. Ron is literally one of the most prolific comics out there right now. So when he gets out there and speaks, people listen. Okay? And everything he's saying is true. I've been in a situation where I had to sit and wait. Here's an example. LOL Comedy Club in San Antonio. I signed up for an entire year to try to get on the open mic. The entire year. And never been pulled. Okay? Now, a lot of clubs run it differently, but LOL has a list of comedians that they are going to have on the open mic no matter what. And then they have the rest of the options, okay? So let's say it's 15 slots. 8 of those slots are already taken by comedians that work the club, that have headlined, that has a great relationship with the management. They already have their name on the list. So in actuality, it's not a full list. They should just put 6 slots and that's it, knowing that the other 9, 10 are going to be taken. You have people that'll drive hours upon hours to come to the open mic, not knowing that 9 of the slots are already taken. And it's at the discretion of whoever's running the mic. It's at the discretion. They used to have a process where you would do a deck of cards, right? And each comedian will pull a card. And where you are in that pecking order is dependent on how you perform. Well, they got rid of that and they put it in a bucket and they take it in the back, which means we could do some shady shit in the back and you will never know. Why? Because this is our business. Even though they were independent at one point and then became part of the Improvs, they're still doing shady slide shit that they used to do before. So this is how some mainstream comedy clubs allow the inmates to run the asylum. Like, I think there should be a certain process that you get before you get those accolades, right? You gotta sell shows out. You gotta contribute to the club. You gotta be actually funny. Because it looks like they're supporting people that are still terrible. I said it, they're fucking terrible. They have their Mexicans for their Mexican shows. They have their one black dude for the black shows. And then they have a whole plethora of crackers. I'm just stating facts. You can not like it. I don't give a shit. But then you have clubs like Cap City. You have clubs like Tampa, Funny Bone, even Orlando Funny Bone, right? They're more transparent. They're more fair. And that's why I gravitate towards these places. And as a black comic that works in mainstream rooms, mainstream is where it's at. If you want to go with the niggas, go with the niggas. That doesn't mean they're going to catapult you to stardom, right? It's just not going to happen. You'll get to a certain level, and then you're going to have to come mainstream. And on the subject of all of those comedians, once they come and have a show where people come to see comedy and they just put on their shitty ass friends, this happens all the time in Austin. It's the same rotation of comics pretty much throughout all the clubs. On 6th Street, 7th Street, 5th Street, East Side Comedy. Like all of these, Roscoe's, all of these have the same rotation of the same comics. And no one says anything. They just wait for their turn. Well, I refuse to do so. That's why I create my own shows, because I'm not going to wait and ask for a motherfucking opportunity. Especially from a comedian that's not as funny as me or hasn't been doing it as long as me. What the fuck do I look like asking a child for an opportunity? That's just not how we rock. We don't rock that way. So either get it out the mud or suck up to some mediocre ass people and hope that they put you on and become their friends. But I'm cool. I'm not in there for friends. These niggas are my coworkers. Shout out to Black Ron. Like I said, one of the most prolific comedians out in the game right now. Yeah, I called out LOL, and I don't give a fuck whether they like it or not. If they don't, they don't. Whatever. They're not booking me anyway. I'm figuring out a way to get on stage without them. So you can do it too. Don't let this shit stop you. Keep going forward. Keep pushing. And I'll holler at y'all on the next one. Peace.
Until we meet again.